Hey, it's me. Just want to drop a personal blog here. It is almost to the end of January. It's January 30th, and I've gotten behind on writing and all that. So I am going to launch a 100 chapters in 100 days project on February 1st. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my book and basically start from scratch, which is called Past the Hourglass, a sequel to my first book, Through the Hourglass. I'm still going to do the podcast thing, so we'll go from there. I just wanted to catch up on things. Weather sucks here. It's not like it's brutally cold like in Canada or anything like that, but to me, I don't like cold weather anymore. 30 years ago when I was a teenager and, in my youth, I liked it. I really liked it. I like going out in the cold in my shorts and t-shirt and all that, and the one thing I have found is I hate being cold in my hands and I hate being cold in my feet. Yeah, because that tends to really make me cold all over. And the joints don't like cold anymore. So, yeah. But, I've gotten behind on them, which I kind of expected with work making things more complex than they need to be, in my opinion, but that's just me. I really have been kind of slack at it because I've just been, with everything going on and all that, it kind of was exhausting for a while, and now with Biden as president, it's kind of a relief. Things are just kind of getting a little bit back to normal, a little bit. And the pandemic's still going on. It's still kind of stressful because cases have really been rising here, which of course has been rising around the country. We knew it was coming. It was just this matter of when you're in a job that your goal is to take temperature. Your goal is to keep people from who are possibly infected going into the facility where you work at. There is a lot of pressure there, and it's a situation where I'm not too overly fond of all of this because it's just it's exhausting. It really is. It's one of those things you kind of go, when's this going to end? So I can go get a real job. And actually I may have one because I have an interview on Tuesday morning for a quote-unquote real job, factory job, at an old place I used to security at, Trailboard. And I'm not exactly going in there with high hopes or going in there thinking I don't have a chance. It's one of those situations where this job, the one benefit of it is, even though it is a temp job, it pays well enough to where I don't have to rush and take just anything, I can be a little selective. And that is why I'm being a little selective in this. So, this is what I get for doing a podcast after 8, because it makes me want to cough. Because I'm full. So I go on Tuesday morning, and then I go into work. And then I'll come out home and hopefully write some. So we'll see how that goes. But basically, that's what I'm intending to do, hopefully. If anything else, just rewrite what I've already written. But anyhow, the the podcast studio is pretty much set up. I got a couple of things I need to get to kind of put the icing on top. It kind of still looks butt ugly, but, you know, it is what it is. And I'm going to have some fun here when I get everything set the way I want it to be set. So we'll go from there. But anyhow, that is what I'm planning on doing and starting on Monday, the 100 Chapters, 100 Days Challenge, which is something I got from LiveJournal years ago. I think I did it a couple of times, maybe more than, I did it a couple of times. And it really helped in my writing, so we'll see what happens there. Helps you break down chapters to be more manageable and all of that, so we'll see what happens. No football this weekend. The Pro Bowl is basically just a fancified awards ceremony. The Super Bowl is next weekend. Still haven't officially made my decision on what my pick is going to be yet. Kind of up in the air about that. I will say this, though. I think that if Tom Brady and the Buccaneers win it, I think he retires. What's left for him to do? I mean, really, what's left for him to do anyway? I mean, he had a great year for the team. Statistic-wise, you could argue he probably didn't. He had a good year by his standards. A great year for most quarterbacks, but how many more years can he keep that going? And it really remains to be seen whether or not he stays around because, and I don't know, to me it's sort of like, yeah, he's still got something to prove. At the same time, it's sort of like, do you really want to wear out your welcome? Like at Brett Favre late in his career, he was sort of rumored to go all over the place until he finally realized he needed to retire. Is this going to be Tom Brady, His great legacy could be tarnished by trying to hang on too long, and that's kind of the worry. Yeah, you're great. Essentially, your franchise quarterback, the franchise player, be miserable and not really wanting to play for your team. That's not going to be good for morale. And plus, you've also got J.C. Watt, who's none too happy with the way the situation is in Houston. So they've got a lot to do. The best thing they can do is probably go ahead and trade Watson and trade Watt and get what they can and basically rebuild the whole thing the way the coaches want. Carolina, they're going to have to probably move on from Teddy Bridgewater. He had moments where he looked like he might be getting over the hump, but the truth of the matter is he never really did. There were no fourth quarter comebacks or anything like that. The team just didn't, when in the final analysis, were the Panthers better under Bridgewater than they were under Cam Newton the year before? Or Matt Ryan is moved on from the Falcons, so there's going to be some major changes in the NFC South, and I think the Panthers could potentially win it if they get the right people in place. They need more help on the offensive line. They're not where they need to be. They're not going to contend for the Super Bowl next year. They'd have to make some major moves to get rid of some dead space cap space, even to possibly even contend for the playoffs. And it just depends on what the team wants to do. And I think that's something they're going to have to really think long and hard about, because the truth of the matter is that they've got quite a long way to go before they are back to where they were when Cam and Luke and all those guys were playing at their absolute best 6 years ago when they were in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's that's actually pretty good for them. You know, it kind of shows that this race is a bit bunched up. As a matter of fact, if I go down, the last place team's only 8.5 games back so far, which is a lot, but, you know, it's going to be one of those years where there's really only like 3, 4 good teams, maybe 5 if you... The Hawks are better. The Pacers should be pretty good. The Celtics should be okay. But really it's the Bucks, the Nets, and the Sixers who are really contending. The Cavaliers are in the playoffs right now. The Knicks are 9-11, so go figure that out. And it briefly, you know, kind of feel like I'm a little bit more tired than I actually am, but and weather kind of sucks. It's only 34 outside. It's supposed to actually do something tonight. Maybe they actually have a winter storm warning going on. I think they may think we're going to get some ice. Hopefully not. I don't want that. I'd rather have a foot of snow than any kind of ice, you know. But that's just me. Anyhow, I'm not really talking anything about the news right now because, you know, there's enough of it you can go in all of this, and yeah, stuff like that. So I'm just tired right now, and I'm trying to be creative and all of that. It's kind of a bit frustrating because weather sucks and all that. So anyhow, I'm going to stop and